gosh, I've missed you so much. We have an amazing show. We have a ton of comics. We're gonna do a little. If you've never been to a HOGSPOILED before, this is how it goes. We banter a little bit in the beginning.
Yep. We actually started this show because we don't see each other enough.
Yeah.
And we were like, let's make something where we have to talk to each other.
And we love each other, we're totally tight, but we just don't ever have time.
Well, she's a comedian, I'm a comedian, we travel, we miss each other a lot. And so we got this.
But this, I feel like, is a little bit of a cheat, because you guys, we hung out on Monday.
We actually have.
We hung out.
We've hung out a lot lately.
We hung out, like, one of those times you're like, come over, it'll be very chill. And then I think we hung out for like 16 hours. We just sat there. We just like didn't ever stop.
You guys should have been there. We were on fire.
Honestly, that should be the show. Is you guys come over, you also watch Star Trek Next Generation with us.
Yes.
It was quite the day.
Yes. It was a good day, and I needed it.
You did need it.
I'm going through a breakup, which
freshly single Sophie Hughes up
I don't know if you can say the breakup has happened.
Yeah.
So I'm not really going through it. We're not prolonging the breakup. It's done.
Because you already did. So yeah.
But I needed it, and Emma was like, "Come over.
Yeah.
We're gonna make brownies. We're gonna lick the weird beaters and watch Jean-Luc Picard set the world right."
I have to tell you guys this because I already love Sophie. She's one of my favorite humans on the planet, and I've always been like, oh, you're a Star Trek TNG fan, me too. And I love that show. Okay, I thought I was like #1 fan in the house. But every episode, Sophie would be like, okay, so this is the one where Jean-Luc's secret sordid past comes out. And it's very, there's a groundskeeper who also appears in season 3, episode 4.
Where Wesley Crusher crashes the plane. Yes! And that groundskeeper knows his shit.
It was amazing how much you knew. It was great.
Too much about it. Well, the thing was, my two big influences, when I was growing up, and I was very young, when I first realized I was attracted to men, was there is a professional wrestler called Razor Ramon, the bad guy. He's the motivation for Scarface. He says, "Say hello to the bad guy," and I was like, "Yeah, hello." And then the other one I was really into was Jean-Luc Picard. So I watched two very different men.
Oh, Jean-Luc Picard. Okay, but don't give me a man with hair ever again. I love a bossy, bald man. That's what I'm looking for.
That's what I want.
Ooh, but also he's a good one. I mean, fingers crossed that it never comes out. And I don't mean Patrick Stewart. I mean that literally Jean-Luc Picard never gets Me Too'd. That it never comes out
that would break my heart.
When you said he had a sordid past, I was like, don't do it. I can't take anymore.
There's an episode where we're getting into it now. There's an episode where Moriarty, who is the villain to Sherlock Holmes, right? He becomes real in the holodeck. He gets an actual presence and mind. He takes over the ship. Jean-Luc Picard talks him down, and he's like, "Look, we'll make you an android body. You got to give us the ship back. We'll set you free, I promise." And then he puts that card away and never touches it again.
He does?
There's an episode where it comes back, where Moriarty comes back, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And I was so crestfallen in real life. My crush did a bad thing.
Well, see, but that's weird because you like bad guy Razor Claws man.
Oh my God.
Razor Man.
Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon. But then you like John. Maybe you
I'm a versatile person.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
In general, though, the truth is, I do prefer a bad guy. I've always had a thing.
I wish you didn't. You're such a lovely person.
My favorite character in Game of Thrones is Roose Bolton.
Oh God.
What's wrong with me?
Roose Bolton.
Yeah. He's bad.
Mine was Sansa. Nobody likes Sansa. I was always like, oh, I like that Sansa. She's really pulling her weight. I don't know. Moving on.
I think what it is, maybe why I love a bad guy, is because I don't have the courage to ever stand up for myself in almost any capacity. So when I see someone just being like, I don't care what anyone says, I'm going to kill Robb Stark, I'm like, yeah.
I used to have that too. It's taken a decade of therapy for me to stop looking for the biggest, meanest man in the room. That he'll protect me. He won't, actually. It's a dangerous game.
When I apologized to that chair that I ran into. So, it was just a bit of a pushover. Although, this reminds me. We hung out right before this breakup thing. We're doing a podcast. Is the long and short of it. And Emma and I had a meeting with somebody.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I was like, where are you going with this? Continue.
Okay. We're not going to name names.
We're not going to name names, but we could.
We absolutely could. I remember his name.
Yeah.
I can say it with my mouth. But he wanted to. He contacted us and he said that he would like to produce a podcast with us.
Approached us, okay? Approached us out of the blue.
Which is something we've already been talking about. We were excited. We go to meet for coffee, and it turns out he doesn't want to produce a podcast for us. He wants to be in a podcast. He wants to be right here in this situation.
Yeah.
And he had this, what do you think, 35 ideas that were just the most insane.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So not a comedian, not a performer, just a guy, you guys, off the street who is like, you two,
Yes.
who have dedicated your life to being entertaining, would you like to be on my podcast with me?
Mm-hmm.
And we're polite, so we went to coffee.
Of course.
And we were like, sure.
We'll
and
hear it
we
out.
sat down with him, and he, one of his ideas was, what if we interview people nobody else wants to interview? Like, for example, the white supremacists in Garden City running for city council. And I was like,
why would we do that?
no, that's a big no for me.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to give airtime or sit down and do that. That's
not what I'm in the business for.
No.
Also, he's going to hate me.
Yeah. Yes. Here, maybe a dangerous situation.
Shalom! Come on! He's not gonna like me.
Oh my God. Yeah. So many bad ideas.
Everything he was pitching sounds like what he actually wants to do isn't a podcast, but a morning radio program.
Yes, exactly.
The only thing he did to pitch was like traffic reports, but everything else.
Yeah.
Prank phone calls,
Prank
fart
phone-
noises.
Yeah, the whole thing. The whole segment on what if women aren't people. You know, just real shock talk
Well,
bullshit.
that was the...
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to say this?
Okay, I'm going to tell the part about you, you tell the part about me.
Okay.
Okay, so we both at one point went to the bathroom, okay? And when Sophie went to the bathroom, strap in, okay? HOGSPOILED. This person says to me, as Sophie goes to the bathroom, and this man tells me, he says, well, I don't know, what do you think Dylan would think about that? And I say, who? And he goes, Dylan, what do you think he would think about that? And I go, my ex-boyfriend? And he goes, no, I mean, Dylan, sorry, I guess like Sophie.
Motherfucker.
And I was like, are you having a stroke right now? What's happening?
He hasn't even met me.
You're misgendering, but also like, he didn't know you before you transitioned, so there's no reason to like,
how did that happen?
pocket your old name. And I was like, I don't
Did
really...
my old like MySpace account was like, got it.
Yeah. And so I was like, that's super inappropriate. You should definitely never do that again. And it's very, very shitty. And when you came back, I didn't want to tell you because I knew it would be very hurtful. So I was like, but of course, as soon as we left, I was like, holy shit, holy shit.
Yeah.
But then you were like, oh, holy shit. You tell the other side.
So at one point during this conversation about podcasts, right before you left for the bathroom, he goes, okay, so I've seen both your acts before, and I just want to say, I don't want this podcast to be all about sex, because that's kind of what you do.
That's kind of what I do.
And then
I went like, well, you know, I talk, okay, all right, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and then while she was in there, he goes, I don't know if that was rude, but the thing is, I listen to this podcast and it's got a couple women on it, and they're always just talking about how they're slutting themselves out, and I don't want to be that. And I was like,
why are you talking to us for a podcast?
This is not a good fit.
I want you two to be on the podcast, but you need to not be a whore and you need to not be trans. Can you guys handle that? Can you handle it?
Yeah. If we can do those two things, then he'll sit in and talk with us.
Yeah.
What a deal.
Oh, God.
I mean...
I'm so mad at us. No, I'm not doing that anymore.
No.
Okay, later, because we got upset with ourselves afterward. We were mad because we were like...
We continued the meeting for like another hour.
We were like, why didn't we just be like, you suck and we're gonna go. Instead we did the woman thing where you're like, I'm gonna sit here politely and keep listening to your ideas.
Yep.
And I even kept writing things down. Oh God. I found the notebook today and I was like, why am I like this?
I love, eventually Emma talked to him about a day later after we conferred.
Yeah.
She was like, no, it's not gonna happen. not going to give you any reasons, it's just over.
Oh my God,
I was so glad, because I had just in my heart committed to that's the next 3 years of my life. We took the meeting.
I was really proud because I said, hey man, thought about your idea, not a good fit for us. Thanks for approaching us. And normally I'd be like, hey, sorry about that. And then I was like, no sorry. And then he texted me back and was like, oh, what the hell? I thought we were a done deal, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't text back an explanation.
Yep.
Yeah. 2019. Hell yeah. It felt so good.
You guys is just both, and we had a little conversation where we're like, we're not going to tell him because this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah, because
and if we tell him, he's just going to find better ways to hide that he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm not letting him know.
Well,
We should continue to go out there and fumble and let everyone know.
And I feel like you always feel this like pressure to inform people when they do stuff like that, to be like, hey, so actually that's really
Yeah.
I feel like he fucking knows. I feel like he knows that was very transphobic and shitty, and maybe it was like a
I don't even know how that fucking...
I don't know. I don't understand straight guys. So anyway.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. But we made it through that.
Yep.
And what else is going on?
Well, I don't know. We've been hung out a lot, but I haven't seen your kids. How are your kids?
Oh.
What's going on with your kids?
God damn it.
That good?
They're super good, but they recently started pranking is now this thing. They love to do pranking. And I don't know if you know this, they don't prank each other. Moms are the ones who get pranked, okay?
Good.
I'm living in Prank Central right now. And the other day, this is such a good prank. And the other day, I went to go put on my overalls, which are like hanging up behind my door. And when I put them on, they felt very heavy. And I pulled them all the way up, and then I was like, what's in my pocket? And it was acorns. My pockets were full. Every pocket of my overalls was full of acorns. So I was like, ha ha, very funny. So I went and found my son Henry, my middle kid. I was like, very funny with the acorns, ha ha ha. And then I have been finding acorns in everything for a solid week. In my entire house. The next day I tried, they were in the coffee, they were in the ibuprofen, they were in the ice cube trays. What? Like every little thing you open has fucking acorns in it. And the worst part about having funny kids is every time I'm like, oh, that's so funny. That's such a good... I want to be like, all right, enough with the acorns, but I'm like, these are good gags. These are good jokes, you guys. It's so annoying. They just keep pranking me. Oh my God.
Is it the same prank though every time?
No, it's a constant... it's a bunch of
They're
shit.
putting all kinds of other seeds in things.
They put sugar.
Walnuts totally changed again.
It's sad too, because like my two older kids are good at pranking, and my youngest is really bad at pranking, and it's heartbreaking. Like he put sugar in the bottom of the bathtub, like pranked, and I was like, no, that one doesn't work. So you get in and you're like, what the hell? Like the bathtub's a little gritty. That's it. Pranked. I was like, pranked. And I was like, good one, good one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was a little embarrassed. I was a little embarrassed for him, but good. And my oldest just went to homecoming, and it was very sweet. My oldest is autistic, and it's kind of, when he was younger, he had a lot more issues and stuff, and he's grown out of some of that stuff. And when he was little, I was like, oh, he might never do that stuff. He might never go to homecoming. So it was very special for me that he was going to homecoming, and his girlfriend's parents were there.
Yeah.
And he was saying really, inappropriate, loud things in front of them. Like, he told his girlfriend, man, your boobs look great in that dress, in front of her parents. And I was like, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. And I told him aside, I'm like, sweetie, we don't say stuff like that in front of people's parents. He's like, why? They do, and they made her, and they're probably very proud of her boobs. And I'm like, well, that's probably a great argument. Then they were so sweet because they actually kind of like, the kids were taking pictures and they said, oh, you don't feel embarrassed because we know him, we know who he is, don't worry about it. And they said that one time, okay, first of all, they apparently listened to my album at the dinner table. Great, 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 cool.
What's the name of that album again?
Abortion.
Hey!
Family dinner time. They are very religious, it turns out.
God.
That's cool. Fantastic. They're super Christian.
I love the idea of, well, they don't even watch TV at dinner. We're having a very special night. We're going to listen to a comedy album during dinner.
Also, your mom's a comedian. Let's throw her album on. And I'm like, I suck dick. It's so embarrassing when they told me that.
I said, track 1, I suck dick. You know what? That's why that guy was concerned about the podcast.
No, he's not wrong. I wasn't as insulted for me as I was for you, for sure. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine.
You run a show called HOGSPOILED, which is
Yeah.
There's a reason. Okay, so stop.
And then number 2 was that they told me that one of the first times they met him at dinner, he just was silent, and out of the blue he goes, huh, my mom told me that I couldn't take melatonin as a kid because it will shrink your penis. But I don't think that's been the case. So that's how my week went.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Oh my God.
I was pretty proud. Oh.
I could do this all night.
Me too, I could, but let's get the show going.
we better do
We
it.
gotta get the show going. Are you
Okay.
using your mic or my mic?
Let's use your mic.
Okay.